From upgraded hoverbikes to literal sailing ships, here are my favorite Zonai devices throughout my 300 hours in Tears of the Kingdom. When Tears of the Kingdom launched, everybody quickly discovered the hoverbike, and it became the main method of transportation for literally everyone. Over time though, the design has been perfected, and now we can craft a more agile and precise version of the hoverbike that doesn't sway in the slightest and is far more flexible than the original design. To make this upgraded version of the hoverbike, start by turning off your motion controls in the settings, and then stacking all three parts on top of each other like so. Then jump on top and unstick them all. Now hop off and use an ultra hand to grab the steering stick, moving it backwards and tilting it ever so slightly. Grab this half-built contraption and attach it to the bottom fan. You will now have a perfectly aligned hoverbike with noticeably better handling and no drifting. It's worth noting that there is yet another upgraded version that makes your hoverbike look like a plane. I'm personally happy with my method, but I'll link the other one in the description in case you wanted to check it out. The Cargo Hoverbike is an incredibly simple upgrade to the former version, but it saved me so much time while completing side quests in Tears of the Kingdom. Simply throw 2 extra fans on the back of the normal hoverbike and you'll be able to attach crystals and Koroks, transporting them from one location to another without any other silly Zonai designs. You'll also be able to stick 2 more fans on the front for extra power, but that's a little bit overkill for giving these lovely little chaps a lift somewhere. I hope they subscribe to my channel to learn more about Tears of the Kingdom though. I don't know if this design for a motorbike has been shared before, but I made this for a quest where you have to complete a little obstacle course, and I've loved using it while traversing the plains of Hyrule ever since. You're going to need quite a few pieces to build this one sled, 1 steering stick, 1 stabilizer, 2 small wheels, and an optional 2 cooking pots. Start by attaching the steering stick to the center of the sled and then a stabilizer to the back. Then somehow balance a small wheel on something and then place it at the front of the sled. Do the same for the back, then attach cooking pots either side to use as a kickstand. It's probably not a perfect design, but I love using this thing. It's like the Wish version of the MasterCycle from Breath of the Wild. It's fast, energy efficient, and just fun as hell. Play around with the design yourself and see if you can make it better, and then tag me in the results. I promise I'll check it out and I will respond to every single one of them. Alright, has anybody ever watched that show Robot Wars? No? Well, God, I'm old. Anyway, it served as inspiration for this build. I'd like to introduce you to Sarah. She's a beautiful beast, not quite on the same level as the mechs I've seen you crazy lot building all over the internet, but hey, she makes things explode and that brings a smile to my face. That sounds a little bit weird out of context, but anyway, grab yourself a homing cart and stick a construct head on top. Then grab yourself a stabilizer and attach it to the side of a normal cart. Now, grab 2 shock emitters and stick them either side of the homing cart. This will serve as your close encounter protection. Next up, grab 4 beam emitters and place them on either side of your normal cart. Try to space them out nicely, you gotta make Sarah look pretty. Then grab 1 frost emitter and 2 flame emitters, popping them in between the beam emitters. Now you're pretty much good to go. Just grab Sarah's head and place her down gently onto the fine body, and then you'll have a deadly robot ready to aid you in your adventures. Look at her tear those monsters to pieces. What a beautiful sight. Go get them, Sarah. Smash them the way my viewers smash the like button. This one is incredibly simple because I made it and I'm simple. I needed a really fast way to traverse the desert in the early game, so I made this thing and I've used it ever since. Grab a normal sled and throw a steering stick in the middle, and then pop a fan on the back with 2 other fans either side. Now grab yourself a trusty construct head and put it on top of the middle fan, and then attach 3 beam emitters like so. Wrap it all up nicely with a shock emitter on the front of the sled, and voila. You now have a sand-busting, enemy lasering, shock ramming thing that's actually really fast and does a huge amount of damage. Have fun playing in the sand, kids. It's time to bring Wind Waker to Tears of the Kingdom. If they're not going to give us the game that we want on the Nintendo Switch, god damn it, we'll make our own. Start by heading to Cape Gracia at the southeasternmost point of the map. You'll find what looks to be a small shipwreck. Build yourself one of those cargo hoverbikes and then attach this giant sail to the back of it. Now fly north to Tonoko Island, where you'll come across yet another shipwreck. These pirates haven't been having the best of luck lately. The cool thing about these shipwrecks is that you can actually control them, so stick your sail in the center of the ship, followed by a steering stick just in front. That would probably work by itself, but let's also throw some fans on the back of the ship to give yourself a little bit of throttle rather than relying on the wind. And just like that, you're free to explore the sea as you see fit as the captain of your own vessel. Feel free to add in some construct heads and cannons and stuff to add to the whole Wind Waker vibe too. And just like that, we've come to the end of another episode, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out any of my other guides for Tears of the Kingdom if you want to become a master at the game. I'll catch you in the next one.